Greg Potts, it is nice to meet you. Finally, a chance to have you on. Excited to get a little episode in here about affiliate marketing, about the excitement coming up of Prime Day and anything else in between. So, why don't you give us a little intro about yourself, about Lavanta? Talk to us a little bit about who we're going to be talking to today.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate the time and the opportunity to kind of speak to you and your audience here. So, without further ado, Greg Potts here. I'm the Senior Director of Partnerships at a little company called Lavanta. And Lavanta is essentially an affiliate marketing platform for Amazon, Walmart, and Shopify sellers. Been around for about 4 years. I've been with the company for about 2.5 years. But prior to Lavanta, I actually worked at Amazon. And my role at Amazon was helping brands figure out how to increase profitability. So, I remember a lot of my conversations with my Amazon sellers. We'd be looking at every possible solution, be it internal or external, in terms of driving more awareness, driving more conversions, maximizing ROI, things like that. And I would have sellers come to me and say, hey, what else can I be doing besides, PPC, besides kind of the standard routes that we know that really help Amazon sellers? And I didn't really have a good answer. And then this one company reached out to me that, I'd never heard of and said, hey, we're this company called Lavanta. We do affiliate marketing for Amazon sellers. You work at Amazon. I think it'd be interesting for you to kind of take a look at what we're doing. And I remember having a conversation with the founders and seeing the platform and the solution they built. And I went, oh my goodness, this is a massive gap in the market that even I'm very well aware of. I think this is something that could be super beneficial for sellers of all shapes and forms. So made the jump from Amazon over to this very small company called Lavanta, but it's been a great jump for me because, as I mentioned, the affiliate industry, the influencer industry has just been sort of skyrocketing the last couple of years. And from all the trends we see, it's going to continue to kind of go that same route. So I feel like I got in early on kind of this really cool way for sellers to tap into affiliates and influencers and do it programmatically. And now this is what I get to talk about all day, every day. And I absolutely love it, man.
Right, it's the dream, right? What's the phrase? Do what you love. You'll never work a day in your life, kind of thing. So,
Amen to that.
yeah. Yeah, no, excited to get into it. It's something that you're right has exploded over the last couple of years. I always said I was my what was my phrase? I was born too late to sell garlic presses, but I was born too early to be an influencer, something
Yep.
along those lines, where I'm like
Yep.
stuck in the crossroads of,
Yep.
I missed the wild west of selling whatever you wanted on Amazon, and now it's all about. I feel like I'm too late to the game for being an influencer. That's not really the case, and I'm sure we might get into some of the topics of demographics and who's
Yeah.
making this kind of content. But before we do that, I do want to focus in on specifically on Amazon because a lot of our viewers are Amazon brands. They're interested in learning about how to sell better. So talk to me a little bit about the organic halo effect of basically how does the creation of these affiliate type programs, content videos, all that kind of good stuff, how does the creation of that and a big influx of that impact a product's organic ranking and visibility within the Amazon algorithm? How does it
Yeah.
boost it up and give it some extra value?
Well, let's talk about the Amazon algorithm first,
Let's
because
do it.
if folks don't know, the Amazon algorithm, it has sort of a naming convention. So the first algorithm version was A1, then it was A2. So we are currently on A10, I believe. So the shift from A9 to A10, I read those release notes because I'm a big dork and I love to read this kind of stuff. But a lot of the things they talked about in the shift from A9 to A10 Amazon algorithm was they are going to put a higher focus and a higher sort of benefit on external traffic conversions. So that kind of signaled to us that Amazon recognizes that this is a trend that's going to keep growing and they want to reward sellers even more algorithmically for
Mhm.
driving external traffic conversions, right? So that's a huge piece of it right there. When it comes to kind of the halo effect of affiliates, it's a very real thing, right? In fact, not talking about my company too much, but we actually developed a report called our Halo report. And so we can actually show what a direct sales conversion looks like from attribution standpoint, meaning, hey, we drove a customer to this product detail page using this affiliate link. That's a one-to-one match. That's a direct sale, right?
Mhm.
However, a lot of times what's going to happen is a customer is going to see content, right? They're going to click on that link, go to that product detail page. But you know what? I'm going to go in the storefront. I'm going to do some shopping here.
Right.
By doing that, I might find other products and discover and purchase those. So we have a way to actually quantify and show that impact, but it's really important because it helps us kind of put data behind that statement you just said, right? We've always talked about in the affiliate marketing space that there's a halo effect, right? We help get the word out, increase awareness, increase sort of discoverability of your products. The result of that means that customers are going to discover not only a direct product, but potentially your entire product catalog or other associated brands that you may manage as well. And so it's really cool to kind of see firsthand what that halo impact is. And I think the biggest takeaway that I've seen and kind of how brands are using this really effectively is they're now understanding that just because I'm promoting one single product through affiliates, it doesn't mean that that's where I'm going to put all my energy and focus in terms of optimizing that detail page, making sure I'm standing out just from like that one product perspective. It's
Mhm.
now it's now going to more the brand level, right? Because the brand is seeing an impact from individual product promotions. And with affiliates too, man, one of the coolest things that I see is that brands get to partner with third parties and develop content that's trustworthy. Okay. So brands that I work with, they can be very involved in the content production process of their affiliate partners, making sure that the verbiage, the
Mhm.
images, basically the entire, theme of their content is going to be accurately representing the brand, accurately representing their values, things like that. And so doing that and then using the affiliate as the brand's mouthpiece to go talk to their millions of followers or website subscribers. Oh my gosh, you've created an army of affiliates for you who you can essentially help control that messaging to make sure they're getting the right word out, which is going to increase the conversion rates and make everyone a lot of money in the process.
I was gonna say, it's like almost like having your own army of content influencers. So funny you use that
That's
phrase.
exactly right.
And it's weird too, and maybe you can this question just I just thought of because, it's creating trustworthy content. No
Yeah.
offense to any, big name celebrity, but if they come to me and they say, "Hey, I really like Mountain Dew. You should stop drinking." Yeah, again, I'm using soda. I don't even drink soda, but I'm using soda. I don't like I like Mountain Dew. You should stop drinking all their sodas and drink Mountain Dew. I'm like, I don't
Mhm.
really care what you have to say. You don't even know how much a Mountain Dew costs, so shut up. Uh, and it feels like the real good the high converting content comes from these smaller influencers of about
Mhm.
10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people, under a million maybe. I don't know if you see
Yep.
that on your end as well. You're shaking your head some or you're nodding your head some. I'm guessing I'm right there, but I
Mhm.
feel like on a personal level, I connect with those. They're more real to me than any celebrity out there that says drink this or don't drink that or use this product, don't use that. So I don't know if you see that on your end.
Absolutely, because you're right. Like authenticity needs to come from a place of trust, right? So
Mhm.
if I am someone who is looking at an influencer's page, for example, and I see them promoting every product under the sun, you kind of look at them and go, all right, you're just basically a salesperson, right? You're
Right.
just out there trying to hawk any product you possibly can to try to collect that money. And so what we've actually seen is kind of the sweet spot that you just mentioned, right? There is a sort of makeup of an influencer type that we see the highest conversion rates, and it's typically around kind of that 25,000 to 250,000 follower mark. And the reason we see that is kind of what you just said, right? The bigger macro influencers, they're sort of in it just to make the money. Now, they can make you a lot of money, but in terms of really generating that super authentic, trustworthy content, may not be the best route.
Right.
And to even take a step back too, like affiliate is a very broad term, right? So
Mhm.
social media influencers, it's an important affiliate type. Everyone knows what they are. Everyone knows the power they contain. We see TikTok shop. We know what's going on over there, right? But that's one subsegment of affiliates. We're not even talking about media buyers or publication partners or newsletter sites or, deal sites or blogs or there are so many different types of affiliates that you can partner with beyond just social media influencers who will, also create that authentic content because with them, they're not just have like a grid of a whole bunch of things that they're promoting. Work with like a listicle organization, think New York Times, for example. When they create like a top 10 list, people trust them because they are the New York Times, right? People go to them for information to learn about products, to learn about stories, whatever it may be. So what I really like about affiliate too is beyond influencers is that there are so many different types you can partner with. They're going to create different value kind of positionings for you. But then to your point, that's how you create this army, right? This army of influencers and media buyers and publication partners who are putting your content on websites and social media links. That's the most comprehensive way you can really build an affiliate program.
Love it. And it
Yeah.
it it also works too, and, I imagine maybe the prices are somewhat competitive based on how many followers you have, but that was sort of one of my other questions was how does affiliate marketing help some of the newer or smaller brands
Yeah.
compete with some of the bigger brands or the niche brands? You know,
Yeah.
how does affiliate marketing, and maybe you already answered this, but how does affiliate marketing sort of help shift brand power between the different people of, again, really help these small guys compete a little
Yeah.
bit better?
Yeah, no, really good question. So the reality is just about every brand out there is either doing affiliate or looking to do affiliate, right? So that means, we've got our Fortune 500 clients who are doing $100 million a year on Amazon. Then we also have basically our new to Amazon brands too, right? So
Hmm.
what's kind of cool about like the affiliate space is that there really is opportunity for all brands to find affiliate partners who are going to work for them. Okay. And so the reality of the situation is as an affiliate, if I'm someone who has a massive follower count, right, and I've done a ton of promotions, if you are a new to Amazon brand, you're looking to that affiliate to promote your Amazon products, you could find some challenges there because that affiliate's going to say, I need to make sure that if I'm promoting your product, there's going to be customer trust there. And a lot of times the signals they're going to use is like, hey, look at the reviews and the ratings of your product, right? If the customers who already purchased you on Amazon like your products, that gives the affiliate more confidence and trust that they can promote your products.
Hmm.
And so what we have learned is that if it's a brand new product on Amazon, there is sort of like a threshold that a brand should consider before even thinking about going into affiliates. That threshold is typically once we get, I would say at least 50 ratings and reviews, if we're at kind of a 4-star plus rating,
Mm,
that's the signal that many affiliates are going to use to say, I feel comfortable and confident to promote your products. And so what I do with my smaller clients, I go, hey, listen, there are programs on Amazon, like Vine, and there's different ways we can kind of generate some starter reviews, right? And kind
right.
of get the ball rolling. Once we've kind of reached like a certain threshold, then I'm like, great, now we can turn on the affiliate engine. With that though, you're right. There's like a matchmaking kind of opportunity here because,
Yeah.
smaller affiliates are cool working smaller brands typically, moderate size affiliates working with like moderate to small to large brands. So helping the brands kind of find these right partners, understand what the qualifiers are is also part of our job and sort of what we offer
Right.
because we don't want our brands to basically come onto a platform like Lavanta and we say, hey, just figure it out, right? We want to make sure that we
Right.
have a strategy for you based off where you're at in your selling experience, where the affiliates will be a good match for. And so there is opportunities there.
And, this kinda ties into it as well, and the question always I always ask myself, or I always think about, is quality over quantity, you know? Maybe it depends on the category. Should brands, and what kind of brand what kind of brand should be focused on 3 or 4 super high quality videos of proof of substance, proof of, the product itself, and what type of brand should be looking at, how can we get as many people as possible promoting this stuff? Is that are there categories for that? Is it both? Is it what's the answer there?
That is a really good question. And like, I don't think I have like a hard line to say like
Mhm.
brand X should be doing Y and brand A should be doing B, right? What it really comes down to is that, it's weird to say, but it's like we want quality and quantity, right? So,
Right.
but if we had to index on one, going the quality route with a few really good partners who have great content, it's very authentic, is going to be much more beneficial than kinda doing, like, the shotgun approach, right? Let me
Mhm.
activate 50 influencers, just throw them a product, have them create a video, and let me just try to
Right.
collect money. We don't see great results with that, and so, what
Okay.
I'll say is that when I talk to my brand clients about, like, "Hey, what's my strategy here? Like, who should I be going after? How many people should I be getting into my mix," right? What I always say is, like, you wanna find kind of, like, your top 5, right? It's almost like MySpace top 8 friends, right? You wanna find basically those top 5 to 8 that are gonna be fantastic partners for you, and the way that we define a fantastic partner is they are going to collaborate and corroborate with you in their content creation process. They're going to allow you to basically kind of voice what you want to have said or not have said in that content. They're going to be great, partners with you during this process, right? On top of that too, they want to work with you on a repeat basis because they're going to promote your brand, promote your products and go, "Hey, my audience love that. What else do you got? You got more products like this, you got more brands like this too." So the takeaway here is we want to find those top 5 to 8 really high quality partners so we can really collaborate with very effectively. Once we kind of activate those, that'll kind of get the ball rolling, right? And then we can start adding incrementally around that hub. And so it's I tell brands it's not like a rush, right? We don't just want to jump in here and try to connect with everyone we possibly can and just try to get content out. There is a balance, and that's the balance we want to strike here.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I didn't know if there was like, I was trying to break it out between, if I'm selling a big bulky product, do I really need
Mm,
a million different videos? But if I'm selling something like,
yeah.
Scrub Daddy, who I love, but I just watched that, microplastics documentary on Netflix,
Ooh.
and I wanna believe they're better than that. Than, like, because they had, like, really cheap, the documentary had really cheap plasticky sponges that are like, "This is getting into your dishes and you're eating it."
Mhm,
And I wanna
mhm.
believe Scrub Daddy is better than that. Scrub Daddy, if you're out there, let me know, contact me, let me know you're better than that. I know you are.
Yep, yep.
Um, I actually like Scrub Mommies that have the 2 sides on them. Big fan of them. For
Oh,
getting
okay.
off the hard stains. I feel like I could be an influencer for Scrub Daddy.
I'm telling
Um,
you, man, you're
use
you're
both
pitching it right now.
use both sides for extra cleaning. No, but
No, and let me add to that real quick,
yeah,
Pete.
but
So,
yeah.
like, and you're right. Like, there is a sense of like, if your product like already has like high virality potential. So, for
Mhm.
example, like you've been on Shark Tank, right? You've had like Kim Kardashian organically pick you up, right? Like,
Right.
that's where we're going to be able to see kind of like, all right, like you'll come on to like a platform like Lavanta, and affiliates are going to reach out to you and go, hey, I've seen your products before. I've seen it being promoted. I would love to kind of get on the action, right?
Right.
That becomes more of like a volume play because it's already been established that like you're kind of in the affiliate ecosystem. When you're
Mhm.
starting fresh and you don't have that kind of backing by like big names or big exposure, then it becomes more of like a small incremental play. We want to go to those, top 5 days as soon as we can.
Right. Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like I said, I was thinking there was some sort of category differentiation. Is that a word? Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Category
Yeah.
separator between, like, you sell reusables, you sell one-time purchases. But it
Hmm.
makes sense that it just the goal is both. The goal is
Yeah.
high volume, high quality videos. And if you can't get one of them, go for the high quality stuff. So, okay,
Exactly right.
that
Yep.
makes sense. Okay. Speaking of high volume, high quality, high intensity, high velocity, wink, uh, times, we're coming up on Prime Day. It's the day of the recording today is April 21st. Prime Day is at the end of June this year. What is the tie-in here? What is the tie-in between affiliate marketing and Prime Day? What support can affiliate marketing offer to brands that are looking to really do very well this Prime
Yeah.
Day?
Yeah, no, really good question too. Like Prime Day, obviously one of the biggest selling events for any Amazon seller. And the reality is it's the same for Amazon affiliates, right? This is probably the biggest selling period that they're going to have besides the fall Prime Day as well. So the way that this works is that, if a brand is thinking like, hey, I want to get started with affiliates like a week out from Prime Day, right? Or a few weeks out
Mhm.
from Prime Day, like we're probably too late there. The strategy we have to think about with affiliate marketing is that it's not a turn it on right away and start making tons of money. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes relationship management. I kind of liken it to like, the inventory position for Prime Day, right? You want to get your inventory in like at least 6 to 8 weeks kind of before Prime Day.
Right.
That's sort of the same strategy with affiliates. If you're
Okay.
looking to kind of take advantage of like a big seasonality spike or a big Prime Day event, you want to think about getting kind of involved with with a service like Lavanta at least 6 to 8 weeks prior to that to allow enough lead time to kind of build things up effectively. Now, beyond that, too, when it comes to Prime Day, we've seen fantastic results. Just
Mhm.
like I'm sure everyone else can kind of say in the Amazon ecosystem. But for us in particular, what becomes really cool is that Prime Day represents an opportunity for affiliates to basically talk about Prime exclusive discounts, to talk about sort of urgency behind the purchasing decision, right? And
Right.
so a lot of our affiliates, they change their messaging, leave it to Prime Day and say, hey, listen, it's not just about promoting this product. I want to promote this deal. And so that way the customer knows they have to act quickly, increases the conversion rates, increases those cycles much more frequently too. So there are things affiliates can kind of do to help bolster your kind of Prime Day positioning through their messaging. On top of that, too, and I think this is very important to note, with affiliates, you're paying for conversions, right? This is a performance based model. And
Mhm.
so think of it as the inverse of like PPC on Amazon.
I
You're
was gonna
paying for
say,
clicks over there, you're
yep.
paying for conversions with affiliates. And so, from an advertising perspective, too, that model is super attractive because the affiliates are incentivized to create, really great content because that's how they get paid. They get paid by selling the product. And it's better for the seller, too, because you don't have all those additional costs outside of your sales conversions.
I would say it feels like and it sounds like it would help mitigate PPC costs on Amazon a little bit,
Yeah.
where you're
Yeah.
not just putting all of your eggs in one basket. I was trying to think of an
Yep.
Amazon pun that I could make there. You're not putting all of your products in one cart. You're
Yeah.
spreading it out over different, over different pieces here. It's like we use an example sometimes at trade shows with the poker chips. If you don't like, where do you want to invest? Where do you want to place your bets on
Yeah.
time, money,
Yep.
and all this kind of good stuff? It feels like your return on investment for affiliate marketing might be a little bit higher around this time and in general than
Yep.
putting everything into PPC,
Yeah, and even beyond that too, think paid media, right? Think
right?
Google ads, think Meta, think all those kind of all those channels that we're paying for advertising. Like when I talk to brands and kind of understand, like, hey, what's your advertising budget, right? What's your marketing channel mix? Like, where are you kind of spending your dollars, and what's the ROAS on that spend, right? It's like
Mhm.
it's shocking to me when I hear people spending so much money across these channels and really getting, I would say, a modest return. When I explain to them the affiliate model of performance-based costs being your primary, spend, their eyes kinda light up as they go, "Oh my gosh, I can basically divest some of my expenditures in these other channels and put it more towards this, where it's more performance-based, higher ROI." It also improves, and let's talk about the seller performance too and the
Yeah,
impact that affiliates have. So, as an Amazon seller, if you're driving external traffic and converts on your detail pages, that will naturally increase your organic search ranking for your products. It will naturally increase your bestseller ranking, your BSR. And last but not least is Amazon's brand referral bonus program, which is Amazon's way to incentivize sellers. And they say, hey, you as a seller, if you can drive traffic off Amazon and purchase your product,
right,
we as Amazon are going to pay you a commission because we want you as sellers to be doing that. So
right, to
that's
keep
what
it
affiliates can
going.
kind of bring to the taste. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that brand referral bonus. That was one of the better things they've done, in the last couple of years here. No offense, Jeff, but yeah. In any case, yeah, and you mentioned something very interesting there too that I also, of course, wanted to touch on. We talked a little bit briefly in the Prime Day chat just now about ROI, about
Mm.
the effects of paid media. And you also talked about a little bit in the beginning the actual measuring of the halo effect.
Yeah.
One thing that I didn't bring up that I always like to is talking about the billboard effect with this kind of thing. With you can't really measure exactly how well or how successful a billboard ad is
Yep.
because unless you're asking people, every customer, hey, did you see our billboard? I think with affiliate marketing, and it sounds like with I keep saying it wrong too. I keep saying Lavanta, with
You got it.
Lavanta.
That's it. It's
Oh,
Levante.
maybe I
You
was
nailed
saying
it.
Lavanta, and now I'm saying Lavanta.
You got it.
With Lavanta, it sounds like it's easier for you guys to actually get results from the billboard effect per se
Yep.
of these videos. How do you recommend then on that? How do you recommend brands balance the need or the competitiveness between other creators and other
Mm.
competitors using these creators and their profitability? Is there a balance of I guess same thing maybe it's with PPC of you don't want to go
Yeah.
too crazy, but you want to make sure that you're investing. Is there a line there that is easily defined?
Yeah, it's a tough line to define when it comes to kind of the profitability of something that's either like a direct, impact or a halo impact there. What I will say though is that when I talk to clients and they're kind of asking me similar questions like this, what I like to do is kind of talk about like how important is brand awareness for you? Because to your point, like that's a very hard line item to basically, measure an ROI against, measure a return on, spend against. But the reality is like that's what a lot of marketing is,
Uh-huh.
It's like, you know, brands spend millions of dollars creating these like huge Super Bowl ads, right? Do we have a way to directly attribute how many sales that one Super Bowl ad drove? The reality is probably not. But that exposure, that brand awareness, making sure you keep your name out there and keep it with fresh messaging, like that to me is one of the most valuable things that a seller can do because, it also costs you nothing. Because going
Right.
back to our model, right? You're paying for sales conversions. If they create a
Right.
really cool billboard, everyone sees that product and maybe they think about that product, right? They don't purchase right away, but then like 3 days later, they're shopping on Amazon. They go, oh yeah, I remember that billboard I saw, and they go purchase that product. It's like, great. You as a seller, you just got free billboard advertising from a top name out there who put your name in front of people. And now that drove sort of that mental remembrance of that product. When they went to go purchase something, they remember that product. Boom, win.
Right. Right. And the Super Bowl thing is also a very interesting piece because you're right. I honestly don't remember any commercials from the Super Bowl this year, but I always know the names that are always there. Like the Doritos
Yep.
one is always funny.
Yep.
The M&Ms usually have a good one. It's food related, which is very interesting. Crypto,
Yep.
I'm like, they're okay. It's usually the food related ones that I always remember, which is very telling about me. But in any case, yeah, no, it's something unique. I feel like these affiliates have built out their own style of marketing that is very
Yeah.
unique to them and the content creation. Um, you mentioned in there a little bit about different KPIs. Is there a KPI that we haven't mentioned, or is there a hidden KPI that
Mm.
Amazon sellers will often overlook when it comes to affiliate marketing?
No, I see the biggest KPIs to be aware of are, number one, of course, sales conversion, sales velocity, right? Hey,
Right.
velocity, there's a keyword of the day right there. Let's see how many times where's the buzzer?
Right,
Every time I
right.
say
We're at 2.
velocity.
We're at 2. I said sales velocity earlier. I gotta put a red light behind me in the studio. It
That's what
just
we need right there.
dings every time I hear velocity.
Boom.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
But no, yeah. So from a KPI perspective, like obviously at the end of the day, anytime an Amazon seller is investing their time and energy into a product or a service that's going to help them sell more, they want to see sales, right?
right,
That's the number one kind of KPI that we're all looking for.
right,
Now, when it also comes to like affiliates, like of course the sales is great, right? But what we can also kind of track is the click journey. And so what's interesting is like, in my dashboard, I can see like clicks on that link. I can see product detail page visits. I can see add to carts, then I can see the conversion. And so what's really interesting for brands to kind of understand is that, hey, I'm driving a ton of clicks and a ton of detail page, visits, but my add to carts are super low. Well, that tells me like, hey, it could be a content problem, right? It could be something with your listing page. Like maybe there's something that, the customer's getting excited about your product through the affiliate messaging, but when they land on your product page, something's missing where they're not
right.
making that conversion. So being able to kind of see the funnel of click to conversion and then seeing where those drop off points are helps a brand better understand like, hey, from like a messaging perspective, is that the issue? Hey, from a content perspective, is that the issue? Hey, whatever it may be, how do we solve that? And then that's all going to drive to the main KPI of increasing sales velocity.
Ding, just went off
Ding,
again
ding, ding,
in
ding,
the background.
ding.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I didn't really know what to expect with that question. I didn't know if I was something there's like some mysterious A11 will bring in a new KPI for us to look at. But it sounds like it's straightforward in the sense of like you're right. People are looking for sales, and if the videos can bring in the sales and give a lift to everything else, what more can you need? What more mystery can you yearn for? I
Yeah.
guess is the way to say it there.
And then
But
Pete, one other thing to add there
yeah,
too, as
please.
I'm kind of thinking about like, affiliates. So obviously the big buzzword of 2026, AI,
Of course.
everyone collectively groans and rolls their eyes because it's all we keep hearing about, blah, blah, blah. But what I will say in the affiliate space, holy cow, some of these AI tools that creators have access to are absolutely incredible and extremely effective too. And so we're seeing actually AI really up leveling the entire affiliate industry because now they can create I'll put it in quotes here, better content, higher quality, faster kind of output there. In fact, this is a little trade secret too. There's a lot of AI influencers out there now, right? And they are actually
Yeah.
very effective at what they do, which is kind of creating a new model, right? Where it's like, oh no, as a human influencer, like, are you going to be replaced by AI too?
Right. It's very
So
scary.
yeah, the AI transformation is hitting everyone and everything,
Yep.
including the affiliate industry.
I keep waiting for Jake to message me one day and just say, "We've got an AI podcast host now. We don't need you anymore."
Man, I if
Hopefully
that
not.
ever yeah, yeah. I know with your personality, man, I don't think that's
Uh,
an issue, so
well, I
I
think
think you're gonna be fine.
they're gonna upload me to an AI. They're gonna say, "We need you to just" they're gonna take all the episodes. We've
Oh
done
god.
done over 100 episodes now. They're gonna take all the episodes and just push them into an AI, and I'm doomed. That's it for me.
You're gonna have to
Um
delete all the archives, man, just to
Right, I'm gonna have to
for
figure
job
out
protection.
figure out what to do here.
Yep.
No, but it is interesting. I have seen those before, and I am ashamed a little bit to admit that I have fallen for quite a few videos that I watch, and I go, "That's real? No,
Yep.
really? What?"
Yep.
And it gets me. It gets me. It's very scary. But that's what it is. That's what we're going to, and I just saw something, not to get off the topic, but now that we're on AI, I just saw something that data centers are account for about 7% of the power grid in the US, which makes
Great.
me think that can't be sustainable. We can't keep that going. So hopefully I won't have to be watching AI videos. I won't get tricked, or no one else will get tricked by AI videos for much longer. But for the meantime, for right now, they're here. And like you said, the influencer situation is very interesting. I wonder how the actual influencers feel about these AI competitors, or if they're even concerned about them, really.
I think they are, and actually, so I talked to some of our affiliates, right, some of our influencers, and
Mhm.
like what a lot of influencers are now starting to do, like there are kind of like AI influencer companies popping up, and like the people going to those companies are not like other companies; they're actual influencers who say, "Hey, listen, I can basically create like an AI influencer army underneath me, and then kind of start putting things out that way too." So a lot of interesting developments, and sort of as AI kind of blurs the line between like what is reality and what is fake because just just like you, man. The amount of videos that I'm seeing online, like I don't know what to think anymore. I have
Right,
absolutely no idea what's real, what's not. And in the comments, it's like World War III, right? It's like, oh, you're an
right,
idiot for thinking that's fake. Oh, this is totally real. It's like,
right.
how do we even know anymore? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very strange the direction that we're going, and what the future looks like for in general with what AI is gonna be incorporated into it, so or with how we'll incorporate AI into the future. I'm concerned. I'm an AI doomer. I think I told you at the show. I'm an AI
Yeah.
doomer.
Yep.
I think it's gonna take over the world. It's gonna be a problem. So I kind of do sit on that trend a little bit. Um, but for the meantime, we can use it to make money. So I guess that makes it okay. Not to sound like a anti-capitalist. I, of course, am very capitalist. But
Sure.
in any case, the last question that I always like to ask, that I always like to bring up, and it kind of ties into everything. We talked about the future a little bit. What is next for affiliates? Please don't say
Mm,
AI affiliates, but what is next in the affiliate world for improving the tracking of the KPIs, improving the
yeah.
efficiency of the content, but not sacrificing quality? What is going on either in your world, in Levanta's world, in the affiliate world in general? What's happening that we should be looking out for?
Yeah, really good question. So let me talk about the Lavanta world and how we're kind of looking at like the next 6, 12, 18 months, right? So Lavanta, as I mentioned, we are helping drive affiliate traffic to Amazon listings, Walmart listings, as well as Shopify listings. What we want to become is the essentially the one-stop shop to help a seller selling on any digital marketplace leveraging an affiliate network to drive traffic to any marketplace they choose. And so the reality is a lot of sellers out there are using different types of tools to manage different marketplaces through different, avenues, right? So you might have a solution for Walmart and what you're doing over there, a solution for Amazon, what you're doing over there, a solution for Shopify, what you're doing over there, a solution for Target, what you're doing over there. We want to essentially create this like one-stop shop for at least from an affiliate perspective for sellers to really manage effectively everything from, finding your affiliates to tracking, to attribution, to, measuring performance, to, really drilling down those KPIs, helping clients understand, which affiliates to partner with, how to partner with them, how to have them, create high converting and trustworthy content. So scaling things up to create more marketplace opportunities for our existing clients is the number one thing that we're focused on. And I think it's also kind of true of the affiliate industry in general, right?
Mhm.
Because as an affiliate, we talked about this previously, like the majority of the ways that most affiliates get paid is through sort of a commission basis. Now, some will negotiate kind of upfront payments and flat fee
Right.
structures and things like that. I would say that's more the minority. The majority are still kind of doing performance based, where it's like, I need to sell these products in order to get paid. And so, what we're seeing affiliates start to do now is really look beyond just sort of like Amazon and D2C and go, where else can I be promoting products to kind of drive more awareness and drive more sales conversion? So, we're trying to kind of meet the market where they're at and say, hey, we're looking to go more omni-channel, as an affiliate, industry. Let's make sure that Levanta as a tool can meet the demand of kind of omni-channel desire for both affiliates and sellers.
Right. Love it. Love it. Great answer. Greg, it's been a pleasure chatting. I'm definitely gonna have to have you back on, uh, just to talk more about this topic. This is an ongoing discussion here, it sounds like. But I really appreciate you being a guest for this first episode. We're excited, to put it out and see the reaction and also get, some people more informed about this
Yeah.
this topic that again is this wave that is sweeping the content creation side of things. So, yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Hey man, I appreciate the time too. And if you want to talk 30 minutes about kind of AI doom and gloom, we probably need an hour reserved for that. I don't know
Yeah.
about you. Yeah.
I try and not do that too much because I know I could do, a whole separate episode, a whole hour, whole 2 hours on it, a whole Joe Rogan episode on it. But yeah, it makes it tough. It makes it tough for sure to see where we're moving, where we once were.
Yeah.
I hear malls are coming back, which is kind of exciting, but then I hear malls are
Hey.
dying, but
Yep.
people are kinda sick of shopping online. They wanna get out of their house and they wanna go buy something in person. So we'll see. But anyway,
I'm even here about like people are buying DVDs and like
yeah,
cassette tapes and like getting VCRs back. I mean, people are it's so funny to me and like last tangent here. It's like we built so much great technology, but I think it's been taken way too far where now people are going, I don't want a smart home, I don't want a smart dryer, I don't want a smart refrigerator. Give me the dumb stuff. Give me the
yep.
basic stuff. This is too overwhelming, you know?
I used to be the same way. I said, I want all of my things to be voice commanded. I want to say,
Mhm.
refrigerator, how many eggs do I have left? And just instead of just walking over, opening it, looking in and saying, okay, I've got a whole
Yep.
carton and closing it. I don't understand what I was thinking there. I think I was swept up in that like everyone else, but
We all were.
we'll see. We'll see where to go. On
Yes, sir.
the topic of affiliate marketing as a kind of the last thought. Again, scrub mommy, scrub daddy, if you're out there, Crocs, if you're out there, I've got about 30 pairs of Crocs that I could wear in a video. Um, I don't want to give them I'll tell you my idea off camera for what I think I could do for Crocs. But in
Hey,
any
Pete. Hey,
case,
Pete. Hey, Pete. Crocs is a client of ours, so let me see what I can do here.
Greg, we might have to discuss, we might have to chat more. I'll definitely have to, we're gonna post this episode immediately for that. No, but Greg, seriously, thank you so much for being a guest. We'll have to
Yeah,
have you
man.
back on. So I appreciate it a lot.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
I will have Greg's LinkedIn as well as Lavanta's homepage linked down below. Make sure to check out both of those if you are a brand looking for affiliate marketing. And also, thank you all for watching. I am your host, Velocity Pete, and we will see you next week.